How's it going, YouTube? Got another little project here on the mall I'm going to be working on today. I'm still waiting for parts for the starter adapter. I did end up getting it apart. I'll put out another video on that as soon as I get all the parts for it. Anyhow, I got some VGs that have fallen off or been knocked off by yours truly. So I'm going to go ahead and fumble my way through putting those back on today, and maybe somebody will find that video helpful. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see here, I got a couple. That one I just knocked off today, trying to figure out how to make a template for this, but I've decided I probably don't need a template because I can see the outline of where these things used to sit. So I think what I've come up with is I'm going to take some of this blue painter's tape. I'm going to tape off the outside edges, then probably lightly sand this stuff down a little bit and clean it and stick them right back on. So we'll see how this transpires. Okay, like I said, I think I'm going to tape these off, and I'll go ahead and just lightly sand these things and get them cleaned up. The board, I'm going to use the board, which I'll tape onto the wing when I'm ready for it, but it simply is to get a straight line off of a few sets of these things so that these new ones, or the ones that I'm gluing back on, will land where they're supposed to. All right, let's get to work. Okay, so the kit that came with this came with, I think, 2 one-time use glues and the hardener for those glues and a little piece of sandpaper. So like I said, I'm going to see if I can get rid of some of this old glue off of here. It was clearly not working. I just gently sand it, test a little spot, and see what happens with that. If it doesn't want to come off, then I'll probably leave it. I think this would also be a real wise time to mention that if you are the person installing your VGs, they come with a vinyl template, and I think it would be super wise to save those. So if you need to lay these back out again, you have the template it was set with, so you can get all the glue sanded off. Just my personal thoughts on it. What I don't want to do is sand my tape lines off, so we'll just keep going and see if we can be just gentle with that. I think we're gonna stop with that one right there because it's starting to go away. Okay, I think we'll call that good for now. Okay, so on these VGs, these vortex generators, there's a difference between the ones on the tail and the ones on the wings, which I was informed of as I purchased them. So these are 2 brand new ones that I got. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you guys to see this, but these things have a very slight curve to them to form to the contour of the top of the wing, whereas the tail ones are perfectly flat. So you got to be careful. Make sure you put the right ones where they go, which I will. These two, I knocked off the wing myself, so I will get them back on there. I know they came off there, and I got one brand new one for a total of 3. So, also saw that you do want to wipe these things down a little bit with some sandpaper as well, especially old ones that still have glue on them that obviously didn't work the first time. So, just gently, I'll just gently sand that off, and might be better to do it on a flat surface-ish. Maybe not flat because they are curved, so. There we go. I think that'll do the trick. Not all the way gone, but it's close. This is a little bit thicker than that one was. Not quite coming off of there, but we'll keep working on it for a minute here. Okay, I think that's as good as that one's gonna get. Trying not to knock all the allodyne off, but I don't know if that's possible. This one's brand new, so I'll just give it a quick scuff, and I don't think the paint colors match, but I'm not terribly concerned about that because, you know, the whole airplane's going to need painted at some point in the near future, so. Go with that. Board taped on here so that once you get these spots cleaned up with some, see if I got any alcohol here. I might not. I might have to use lacquer thinner or something. I don't even need to tape the back down, because I'm just trying to hold the front down. All right, I didn't find any solvent. I did find some brake clean. I'm just going to squirt a little on this rag and just wipe the spots down that I need, because I don't know if the stuff's any good on paint or not, so I'll use it sparingly. Use the Loctite AA330 adhesive to cover the bottom of the BG with a thin layer of glue. Place the activator on the surface of the aircraft in the location of the missing BG. Press the BG in place and hold for approximately 1 minute. Immediately following, clean up any excess glue using isopropyl alcohol, which I do not have, as it will turn to a brown color when fully cured. Okay, well, we shouldn't have too many problems with that because I taped everything up. So, backs of the bag. I think there is a activator and an adhesive per package. So, Q-tip for spreading the glue and the activator. Here we go. Remove heavy dirt, oil, grease, crush activator between fingers and using cotton tip applicator apply to one bonding surface, both surfaces for wood or other porous substrates. Note, may stain some light colored materials. Snip off the tip of the adhesive and apply adhesive sparingly to one part. Assemble and hold in place for 60 seconds, longer for poorer fitting parts. Full cure 4 to 24 hours. The larger the gap, the longer the cure. All right. After a little research online here, I figured out you do, in fact, just crush it, and all the liquid goes into this little applicator at the end of this thing. Okay, I'm going to save this because I still got the tail to do. So, try to get the cap back on, and hopefully it still works. Okay, literally just simply break that top off, comes right out. And then grab our Q-tip. Okay. Grab our first VG here, which is the newest one that I got with the repair kit. Okay. Got a glue spread on there. Go ahead and go for the first one. It says to set it on there for 1 minute, so get it in place here. And yeah, I'm just putting a little light pressure on here. Let's start this timer. Because it's actually pushing the metal of the leading edge down, which probably is not the right way to do it. So draw the timer going, and we'll hold this in place until 1 minute's up, and then we'll move right on to the next one. And that's 1 minute. Okay. So wherever you want it. 1 minute, 1 clock. Get pressure on it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pull these tapes pretty quickly so that they don't become part of the glued down mess. There's another minute. Okay, now like I said, I'm going to pull these tapes. Okay. Here we are. Check out some finished product here. I didn't get all the glue off, but that's okay. I don't think it's really going to matter. It probably will match all the rest of them that were kind of ugly. All right, so the ones under the tail are going to be a little bit more of a pain. I'm probably going to have to build a template for these ones because when they left, they took paint. There's a little bit left on that one. I might be able to lay it out, but yeah, we'll get it done though. All right. Well, I'm going to start off by doing some cleaning under this thing. It's pretty oily and nasty down here. I don't know if you could see that, but I am going to say, and this is not a pitch because Plain Perfect does not send me anything for free, but this stuff here, if you haven't used this Buddha Belly stuff, is amazing and works very well. 100 low lead works too, but obviously there's probably some health concerns with that. So anyway, you just spray this stuff on. Probably shouldn't get it in your eyes. Let's go ahead and clean the whole back of this thing because I haven't done it in a while. That one's about ready to fall off too, so I might just take the initiative and take care of that one. I mean, just simply wiping that. These things are trashed. Lots of gunk and oil back here. So the problem with VGs that I'm finding is they're very difficult to clean. If you've never flown with these things, they are pretty amazing. They do everything they say they do. I'll tell you that. They're, when this mall stalls anymore, it does not drop a wing. Half the time you can't even tell it's stalling because it's just sinking like a rock. There's no weird anything happening. The only way you can actually get this thing to really stall with these VGs on here is add a little power and get a little higher angle of attack. Just power off, pull back, and then you could hold this thing back and never stall it. So that's kind of cool. It's actually the first airplane I've flown with them on. We might have to put them on the Stinson. I'm not exactly sure how that works with the slatted wing, but I've decided I like them so much on the mall there. Probably wouldn't hurt to have them on the Stinson too. We're going to have to pull this one off. It's on its way out the door. Kind of surprised that paint came off as easy as it did. According to the logbook, this thing was recovered and repainted not too terribly long ago. And the other paint that's on this airplane, when I say this thing, I guess I should have specified it's the horizontal that's been painted and recovered. The rest of the airplane was painted, probably 40 years ago by my dad while he was working on getting his A&P license. And that paint's still holding up good. Some Porsche color. Competition red. I'm not really sure what it is, but I think that was it. Anyway, I'm not sure the camera is capturing all this, but all the oil on the underside of this thing is just gone. It just comes right off. This is the easiest thing I found for cleanup stuff under these airplanes. Okay. Call that good, and we'll go ahead and get a template built. So I tried this on the top of the wing, and it did not work very good. But I'm going to try a different method. We're going to see if we can mark it out with a pen, and maybe it'll work better. I don't know. We'll find out, though. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, that should work. Not exactly sure how I'm going to line them up, though, is the issue. Might be able to take my pen and make some light marks on the fabric. It's a real bummer that all that paint came off. Yeah, I might be able to do that. Use a piece of tape on the corners. Okay. Might do one knee, and I'll be pretty close at least. It's just too bad. I cannot believe that the paint just peeled off like that. It's like this tape's actually coming undone a little bit, but I'm going to guess we can fix that with our AA330 glue. Just dab a little activator under that, and then push it together. Oh, this one too. Okay. Well, the question is, do I got enough here to mark this? I may. I should probably do this one before I lose it. Well, I think I'm going to glue the two new ones on first. And then I'll pull this one and do these two second. But that just kind of gives me somewhere to line up with. I guess this one I can see the back where it used to be, so I should probably put a stick there too. Maybe the same on the other one. Might make it a lot easier to line them up. Well, I think there might be a rad new Super Cub here, which is my mechanic, also my dad. Oh, yeah, we better go check that out. Yep. All right, we'll do more on this one later. All right, well, like I said, I'll show you guys the Cub in some other video, but we're gonna finish this thing up so we can go play on that Cub today. So let's get back to work here. All right, got all my glue on, got the activator on. So, like I said, these ones are just kind of guesstimating because I don't really have much to go off of.
That engine looks pretty clean inside, doesn't it?
It does. Okay, I got the timer set 1 minute. And we hang out. Okay, there's 1 minute. I keep folding. All these, try to get this piece of cardboard up here. Just move that one, so. Okay. Well, that did not go as planned. So, that one there. This one I know where it goes. Okay. Well, those will probably fall off. Just grab a couple more. All right. Go ahead and pull the Band-Aid and rip this one off. Gosh. Okay, we'll have to clean this one up pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and pull these tapes off and call that done. And at this point, I'd like to thank everybody for watching, and if you gained anything out of this, a little thumbs up would be great. And just to let everybody know, I am an aspiring AMP. I am, in fact, not an AMP. I am working on logging hours, and I'm under the supervision of an IA. So, thanks.